Bring Me the Horizon, the OG MySpace rah boys. We have gatekeepers way back in 2008 who preached that nothing will beat Pray for Plague. I was personally more of a used to make out with Medusa girly, but each to their own. The thing with this band is they are forever evolving. If their albums were plastic surgery, oh, they would be on botch with their noses hanging off by now. So we have a new album, surprise drop at the end of last month. I'm a little bit slow, bear with me. We're meant to get this album in September 2023, and the boys tried to push it back. They tried to give us new dates. The boys were a bit wishy-washy, didn't really know what was happening. We just wanted them to bring us the album. Until Ollie Sykes just... Boys, I also have a bone to rip out. I don't know if you've noticed, but Moo has never made a Bring Me the Horizon video on YouTube. I have. Just not only does Bring Me Horizon copyright strike the slightest bit of music, they will doll you up and take you to the bank. Bring Me Horizon, for the love of God, please stop copywriting and blocking my videos in all countries. There will probably be 0 audio clips in this video. I do apologize. I'll try my best. Our first song is OST Dreamseeker. Original soundtrack, if anyone was wondering what the OST shit's all about. I don't know, Bad Omens are messing around with it at the moment too. Metalcore the Musical, in cinemas near you. So I was actually meant to have a listening party of this album with my best friend, but I kind of cheated a little bit and I treated myself to the first track instead of looking at the timestamp and realizing 4 seconds in that I had chosen the wrong thing to peek at. It's really just 18 seconds while someone is having a stroll wearing the most obnoxiously loud shoes you could ever wear to a library. Everyone's around there whispering and Mrs. Old Cloppers is just following down the yellow brick road. But it's chill, it's a fun way to start the album and it blends very nicely into Utopia. It's really just feel-good vibes. Those are lyrics from the get-go. Just a little bit emo. They talk about taking someone somewhere, a home beyond the bones, but they really do be scared though, and then all of a sudden, cemetery. Cemetery? Not sure if I'm an idiot or if it's my accent. Tonally, it's like Song of the Summer, but like make it emo. But still, yeah, it's a little bit like if mum heard me blissfully just singing this to myself in the kitchen doing dishes, she'd probably put me on unalive watch. Thanks, Ollie. Can we talk about the brain-numbing lyric video in this? I swear if I'm the only one. First time I decided to listen to the song, I was like, oh, let's just watch the lyric video. I had to go re-listen to it on Spotify because afterwards I'm like, I didn't hear a word. My brain was just, ooh! There was just so much going on. Bring Me Horizon? Bring me the hypnotism. Kool-Aid. This song has been around for a hot moment. Super catchy chorus. Wasn't like my fave single release of the past 3 years. Also was not my least favorite single release. The little screaming grrs in this song help tickle that want and need to listen to Suicide Season every time I go onto Bring Me Horizon Spotify page. Is This What You Wanted part gives me flashbacks to my Marilyn Manson days. I for sure had an A1 poster of him on my wall. But structurally the song's a lot of fun. You've heard me say it. I knew this song was my favorite as soon as I heard it. I'm like, this is one. Yeah, this is my track. I'm gonna try not to nerd out because this is such a big album. This is the one track I would have a little chat about. Bring Me has so much going on production-wise. I mean, they do the whole album and I mean, that's just kind of Bring Me sing. I think this track holds my favorite drums because they're a lot of fun. You get the snare every 2 beats, which makes it feel really familiar and nostalgic. It's giving pop punk, it's giving emo, it's giving metalcore, but they add sneaky little fills and like blasty double kicks, but it blends so nicely and still gives the vibes as opposed to Suicide Windmills. He has a little grr moment at like the 2-minute mark, makes me happy. There's a lot of, my body wants to say sound effects. It's probably just like splice samples or maybe Lee just playing Mario. I don't know what it is, but when you have the AirPods in, like the positioning of the noises. Boom over here and the little twinkle over here, it makes my brain feel a little fuzzy and nice. I like it because the little synthy kind of melody, you can really hear it post-chorus, but something about this melody makes me happy. Limousine. This is a track where everyone's like, hey, Deftones! There's the whole like 2000s slow verse. I could never immerse myself in Deftones, so I'm not gonna say much here because it's clearly not my area of expertise. I think it's something to do with me always running like 100 miles a minute. I'm just an uneducated twat, okay? I don't have, well, I also listen to classical music. I don't know what's wrong with me, okay? Someone send me away. Though Utopia for me didn't go ring-a-ding Deftones, I could kind of hear it in this one because I had a friend who was definitely into Deftones. So I feel like I understood the vibe. Figured it out, Janice. Apparently there was a rumor going around that Billie Eilish was meant to collaborate, and this was that said collaboration track. Turns out that it's someone called Aurora. I promise I do listen to music, but I also have no clue who she is. But apparently in the pop world she's really big. She has like 12.7 million monthlies on Spotify. Her voice fits really well with the track. It's just notorious Ollie Sykes blending the music world together. Like, you will be friends! You will like each other! It's probably a good thing. Metalheads we've been assholes in the past. It's okay. Dark Side. I did a music reaction video to this and YouTube said yeah, nah, but the Patreons got to see it. I think there was like 6 of you that viewed it. I appreciate you. I really like the track and I believe I really liked it from day one. It has like the good old school metalcore. A part of me really wishes it was longer, but I think the fact that it is so short is why my brain's like, go gang, go gang, go gang. I just end up looping it, and next thing it's been 3 hours, and I'm like, this is why I have like 5 songs that I'm really familiar with. Dark Side feels like a bit of a warm-up to this track. This is metalcore daddy of the album, and it has the metalcore daddies of Under Oath featuring on it. It's big, it's classic metalcore emo kid throwback. Feels a lot more thought out, not just here's a catchy chorus and let's just fill some shit in around it. Spiritual, it's just another I'm not your girlie to be talking on trap metal hyperbeat type stuff. I'm an old geezer at this point. I don't know what the kids be listening to. I would say that it's fun, it's experimental. I'm not gonna go to the album and just listen to this track, but you can see a lot of elements in it that are like throughout the rest of the album, or you could say the rest of the album has come through into this one. Did you hear my email? Fuck it! NA. Not available, not applicable, no animals were harmed, I don't know. It's catchy. It is so catchy. When I first started to listen to the track, I thought that it was track 10, you know, track 10. I thought it was track 10. But then he kicks everyone up the arse and everything kind of kicks in a little bit. It's super cool that the, I'm gonna say choir part of this. Oh yeah. Yeah, some of you watching this, you're professional choirists at this point. I think it's so cool that he recorded that at shows. Like there's so many of you guys being like, bro, there's me singing in that. If you're chronically online, you've probably also seen people posting TikToks of themselves being like, yeah, not mean to flex, but I am on the Bring Me Horizon album. And I wish I could say me too, but no. Who doesn't want to scream, maybe I should drop dead? I know we're all humming that in aisle 3 while picking up our cabbage to make soup that night. Oh, da, 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 da. Yeah, that's very depressing, but you've got a smile on your face. Lost is another one of them catchy tracks. I did a reaction to this one as well. It's not on YouTube. It's just giving like mid-2000s emo vibes. It's also really hyper poppy. I feel like the chorus was made for you to jump around and just sing it with your friends in your kitchen at 2 AM. But then when the verse comes on, then you're just standing there twiddling your thumbs waiting for the chorus to come back around. Look, it's still a great track and I love the chorus. I'm one of those girlies waiting to boing around, but it just wasn't one of my favorite singles. But I love that it's on the album because I would have forgotten about it otherwise. That's kind of rude, isn't it? The breakdown is fun and it merges really nice with like the hyper pop elements. It's a very good marriage. No divorce detected. It just takes me back to my favorite summer where I was traveling to 3 states in 3 days to see Bring Me Horizon. I was listening to this track a lot because I love that live aspect of music so much. My opinion could be a little skewed here and I will take that on the knee. Every time I hear this song without fail, my brain just pops me back to this video where I'm like, okay, Sykes, yeah, regain them vocal cords, you ruptured little boy. It's a huge anthem. Anyone who's seen it live, you know that everybody's just like, yeah. R.I.P. This is where I'm gonna make enemies. I know a lot of you guys love this track. I made a couple different videos and Instagram polls and this song definitely always shows up, so I'm just, it's in that trap metal realm and I'm definitely using the wrong genre, but you get what I'm flowing out. Blech. I want to say that it feels like the least Bring Me, even though Bring Me at this point, how do you define them? I don't know. It is one of them woo-oh-oh songs, so if they ever happen to play it live, it's like the most friendly song where if there were people in the audience that had never heard any of their songs, this would be the one that they'd be like, ah, move aside, I know how to get some O's out of me. But who am I to criticize? I'm just merely a girl in a room. But that's my opinion. It's probably near the bottom of my favorites list. And then I just love the riff in this. It's just like Corey? It's just like core brain numbing goodness. My dog's literally earning its rent this week just to try and not get a telling off from Daddy Sykes. I'm aware that I'm easily pleased in a really stupid basic metalcore riff. Lil Uzi is on this like it's a vibe. It's also kind of just linking back to what I said. We're just crossbreeding lifestyles and aesthetics and pulling an Ed Sheeran and building a fucking Lego house. I like the little breakdown bit where he's just like, just let me stop there. Also, Daryl's on this. After many Goog attempts, I don't really recognize him or his work, so you can throw me to the wolves. Pussy Utst. It's another Utst 2000 Club remix, but she's long this time. Long boy. I'm really sorry about that. Is that defiling you? Maybe they called it Pussy with anticipation of maybe us getting a little bit impatient and possibly hitting next because we just want them brain numbing doors. With me listening to so much like metalcore and similar to the metalcore zone, the stuff that I can show you guys, I find that when I'm stepping away from that, I'm going towards my old man rocking chair and listening to like 80s rock. I don't think I'm ever gonna sit there and be like, I'm in the mood for... Actually, no. I want to listen to Pussy. Shit, man. Die for You. I was obsessed with this. I went and bought like the hoodie off the merch store. I love this when it came out back in 2021, which is really strange to see it here 3 years later on this album, literal pandemic core. But for someone that listens to albums, not so much playlists, again, it's nice that it's there. Otherwise, I would probably never listen to it again. Big chorus, sad boy lyrics, emo vibes. Kind of the theme of the album, isn't it? Oh, it's got this little like guitar solo. It's only 4 bars. But it's enough to make me a little bit happy. Swallowing the rabbit hole. The final track is called Dig It, and originally I said pop off Periphery Core, let's go with that 7-minute track. But I don't think the boys necessarily deserve the Periphery reference. It's Baitcore. At 5:08 it's just silent. It's come full circle. Can you hear the silence? At 7:03 it's got some noises again. But yeah, it's 2 minutes pretty much of just dead. I would say this is a true track 10. Track 16 is where the sad boys go to sit. You know what I mean, boys? So there's like 13 real tracks on this album, but 16 tracks is still massive for Bring Me Horizon. But comparing it to Sepaternal, which just like has 13 full tracks, 13 tracks in total. Sepaternal's 53 minutes, and this 16 track album is 55 minutes. And Posthumans, we need to remember, she was really short. She was only just over half an hour long. Overall, honestly, I think this album's nice. Nice. I do actually like it. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I wasn't excited for it at all. Did not have the did not have the date marked. And I think because of that, like I didn't have any expectations, so I ended up loving it a lot more. I feel it has a lot of different elements. It didn't really just really stick into one lane. There's almost at least one track for every different type of Bring Me fan. And for the Pray for Plagues brothers, apparently we're getting a second album or EP, and it's gonna be the heavy core boys. I'm really excited to see it. I'm gonna start stretching my neck out. My playlist and socials are linked down below, and let me know what your favorite track is. I gotta check them out on my story. We can like look at everyone's, have a little peep. And subscribe, let's be buddies. We are so close to 25k, and that's a good size mosh pit. Thank you patrons and everybody that supports me. Bye!